Well, what's up guys, this is Daniel from the Arms Family Homestead, and today we're continuing our series on goat care and maintenance and things you need to be doing, things you need to think of if you're going to raise goats on your farm. So let's get right into it. So if you're going to be raising goats on your farm, whether they're dairy goats, meat goats, show goats, whatever it is, you're going to need to know how to give medications with a syringe. Medications and vaccines, a lot of things, there's a couple different ways to do it, and we're going to cover all that today. So the first thing you need to know, if you're going to be giving your goats medications, always read the label, okay? So there's three important things that you're going to find out by reading the label. First off is the dosage. How much of that medication does that goat need? So most medications are going to be broke down by weight. So you're going to have to kind of estimate the weight of your goats. If you know, I don't have scales on my property, but I have a pretty good idea of how much most of my goats weigh. You can also buy a tape to wrap around, you know, the chest of the goat to estimate the measurement, the weight size. So the first important thing that bottle is going to tell you is the dosage. You always want to use the proper dosage for that animal. The second thing is whether that medication or vaccine is going to be given intramuscular or subcutaneous. And intramuscular means actual in the muscle. So think about it like you're going to be putting that shot in the muscle. So just like in people, you get a intramuscular shot in your arm or the butt cheek. It's the same thing with goats. Okay, so you're either going to be doing it intramuscular or subcutaneous. And subcutaneous, most people say sub-Q. Basically, you just take a flap of skin. You just pinch the skin like this, and then you're going to give that injection right in that flap. So when you raise that skin up, there'll be a little flap. So that medication basically just goes right under the skin. You're not wanting that to go in the muscle. Okay, so sub-Q is probably the easiest one to give because there's, you know, it's a little less painful and the goats don't react near as much. A sub-Q shot, real fast, real easy, and that's what a lot of your vaccines are, is a sub-Q. Well, so let's talk about intramuscular. If you're going to be doing intramuscular, for me and a lot of other people, I'm raising meat goats, not dairy goats, so this may be a little different for dairy goats. But as far as a meat goat goes, think about it. With my does, it's probably not as big a deal, but with kids that are slaughter size, goats that I'm raising that are going to go to the market for slaughter, you probably don't want to be giving that medication. If the goat needs medication, you probably don't want to be giving that directly into a muscle that someone is going to be eating later. So a lot of people recommend staying from that neckline up and do, you know, an intramuscular shot somewhere in the neck region, because there's not a lot of meat that's going to be used in the neck. You wouldn't want to do, you know, a loin or a hindquarter or something like that. Just try to put it in a muscle that's probably not going to be on somebody's dinner plate in a few weeks. So the next thing I want to cover is your needle, your syringe itself. The most popular size, most people use an 18 gauge needle. This one's actually not an 18 gauge, it's just the only thing I had on hand in the house at the time. But your bottle, your vaccine or your medication is going to tell you how many cc's, and that's also written on the side of your syringe. So most people recommend that these needles only be used once, just like with people. You don't want to spread disease and things like that. But I know a lot of people that have a large goat herd. You know, they may have 50, 60, 70 animals, and these things are super inexpensive, don't get me wrong, but they'll use them 7 to 10 times on their goat herd. But that's like a very controlled situation. They pretty much know what's going on with their herd. They know they're not going to be passing diseases from one goat to another. If you've got animals that are coming in from different places, you know, if you go and you buy several animals, I wouldn't be using the same needle in several goats until you're comfortable with knowing those animals aren't going to be spreading disease. But with a small herd like this, you know, if you've got 25, these things are like, I don't know, less than $1 a piece. Just to be safe, it's a good recommendation to only use that needle one time. So one thing you can do, go online. You can buy, you know, the whole syringe and everything fairly cheap. But if you're not wanting to cross-contaminate, just take that top portion off and throw the needle away. So this under this little cap, it just screws on, and there's the actual needle itself. Well, take that cap, twist that off, and you can put a whole different needle on there. So that would save you a little money, because you could probably buy just the needles online, or maybe at your farm store. My farm stores don't sell just the needle. You have to buy the whole syringe and needle together. But that's an idea to save you a few cents, and you wouldn't be cross-contaminating your animals, because you're going to draw your medication out, and then once it goes into the animal, you're going to push it in only and then throw that needle away. Okay, so then when you put a new needle on there, it wouldn't be cross-contaminated. Guys, Bear's trying to steal the show again. Look at him. Hey, Bear, what are you doing? Everybody loves you, Bear. Our last video, everyone just had a hoot talking about Bear and how good a dog you are. Okay, back to what's important. So, proper needle use, just like if you were going to be giving a shot to a person, you know, you always want to be careful with those and not cross-contaminate your animal. So we've covered the basics on, you know, giving a goat a vaccine or medication with a syringe. You know, whether is it going to be subcutaneous or intermuscular. And, you know, the 18 gauge is probably the most popular size needle. 18 gauge about 1 inch. Go any smaller than that, you risk breaking the needle off. Okay, so that about covers it, guys. Like I said, it's super simple, super easy. Don't be discouraged. Don't be scared to try to give your goats medications yourselves, because it's not difficult. It's not hard. You know, if you have a good vet, that's great, and I do believe in a vet. But there's no reason to take goats in to get vaccines and things. And there's just times that things happen on the farm that you know you're going to have to be the one to medicate your animals, whether it's some penicillin, amoxicillin, or you know, some sort of medication that you're going to need to give them when the vet's not available, because you don't want to call a vet out after hours for something that you can do yourself. So that's all I've got for today. Oh, Bear, get out of my face, boy, get out of my face. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd sure appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I'm going to have a playlist of these videos on goat care and maintenance, and we're going to try to make this thing a big learning experience for everybody. There's so many people that seem to be following my channel nowadays that are just getting into goats or thinking about getting into goats, and they've all said, hey, I'd love to hear more about proper goat care and maintenance and things about being a goat owner and goat farmer, rancher, maybe, I don't know. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section down below. Anything I missed, leave a comment down below for other people that are reading this. A lot of people like to learn from the comment section. So, guys, thanks for watching. Bear and I appreciate it, don't we, Bear? Huh? Don't we? Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Break. Well, medication dosage thing. Oh, no. Let's see. Well, so there's 3 important things on the label that you're going to find out on. So there's 3